made the right call moving on to someone that will actually pay you for the product you're bringing them, which is a fun night of comedy and entertainment, right?
Yeah, true. And I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I've been getting really good at it. Like our mics are, I like to think some of the comics in DFW's actual favorites, despite it being in a weird position. Like it's not in Dallas, it's not in, it is in Denton.
Big.
Dallas is big.
1,000 suburbs.
Well, but even then, we still get a lot of comics out, and the local Denton comics there that you guys probably have never heard of one time in your life. Like the people are like, this is my first month or 2 or 3 months. They've never even gone to Dallas to do comedy. They are eons beyond where the newer comics in Dallas are, and it's insane to see because.
How's the room been now? Like audience members?
No, dude, we have regular non-comics that return every week.
Oh wow, that's great.
And then outside of that. And outside of that, I say the location's bad. And the location's bad for comics in Dallas. The location is great for college kids in Denton.
Yeah.
No, exactly. So, but this is my value.
Comics, they'll show up.
No, I know they'll show up, but that's my thing. My only thing is I have a way that I look about this as I'm hosting. There's people in this college town off of the square that will just drop in. It happens every week. And then exactly, and they tend to stay for the entire show. Like they don't leave at like 10 or 10. Like they're there until people are done, and I love that.
Oh, that's amazing.
So with that in mind, I always get the comics out, but I always focus on my Facebook group marketing, all the other marketing, because I want non-comics to be there as well. That adds a value to the comics that come out, and then the comics that are regulars, it only behooves me to try to make them as funny as possible because it's my mic and I want them to be successful. And then I know if I'm spinning my wheels in my head trying to make them funnier, it's kind of a sublet of writing, it's me thinking, it's me getting, I'm punching them all up because I want my mics to be the best. I'm just trying to be as selfless about it as possible, bring the energy, make these comics funny. They help make me funny. And then every Tuesday night, dude, we have such a fun time. And even this last Friday, I did a show with Noah and I got to run new material I've never done on a show, and it did really well. And I got a lot of comics that, are truer veterans to the scene, and they hadn't seen me in a long while go, dude, you've tightened up, your performing is amazing. You brought and so when people compliment me that I respect in this industry of, transitioning from being an open mic comic to maybe a feature somewhere or a regular host and opener of a venue. It's that's a big deal. You start getting feedback from people that their insight and their input, it actually holds some value and some water. Not to say, that we're taking comic advice with a grain of salt beyond, but I love it, dude. It's so much fun. We are achieving a lot. We're growing together.
I'm gonna have to get out there and
That's the biggest thing to me, man. Like if a crowd shows up and a crowd has a good time, everyone's going to get better at comedy. That's how you do it. You don't get better at comedy performing in front of a room full of 20 people looking at their phone, wondering what their jokes are going to be.
This is exactly what Tony Hinchcliffe is doing in Austin at Kill Tony. If you think about the cycle of comics he's putting on, the people he had as original regulars like Cam, Casey Rocket, those people, it's you go see them at a venue. I've shot film for Casey Rocket. Dude brings an atmosphere to a club I've never felt before. It's unmatched. Cam Patterson had people on their fucking sides just cracking the whole fucking show, and it's what they're investing into these people and punching them up, making them funnier. They are the next wave of bona fide fucking comics that are going to be regularly circuiting and touring the United States at the club level, and then you're just going to only see more new feature regulars come up on Kill Tony, and that's kind of the same thing
in the Tony Rogan sphere.
True.
You're not going to see Cam touring with Jim Gaffigan or Nate Bargatze.
No. But even still, it's it's a livelihood for him, he has people on a payroll for it, and it's if you have aspirations to actually want that to be the way that you provide income for yourself, and or even just have the opportunity to move out into traveling and trying comedy in a different area like Cleveland, and then fucking deciding to stay there like Dante, it's so cool to see that.
Laughs were so good that I
I'll
moved.
tell you that right now.
Dude, it's gonna be so much fun whenever we get Dante back to visit at some point, hitting mics, hanging out, and just continuing to grow as comedians, because it helps you as a person. It does.
Yeah.
Dante, where can people find you outside of Cleveland? Where can people find you?
DantesComedy.com, at the Dantes Comedy on Instagram, MK Entertainment CLE on Instagram, new trivia venture I'm launching here. That's about all I got.
All right, I love it. Thank you guys so much for coming in and talking about everything. Like it's I've been looking forward to it. Yes, next week. What are we talking about?
Combat, and we need to talk about Sly Cooper.
Sly Cooper.
I forgot to bring that up today.
Okay, great.
I think Sly Cooper is a game that inspired the Elden Ring kids for a generation without realizing it.
Fascinating. Okay,
It
cool.
makes sense. I'll bring diagrams, charts.
Let's go. Oh, dude, we're leveling this podcast up the max. And Caleb, thank you so much for coming in. Always welcome to come join us or come, one way or the other. Those webs.
Slinging webs, buddy.
Slinging webs.
Yeah, hey. Thank you guys for having me. You both look lovely as always, and I can't wait to return and at some point and talk more games with y'all, and especially the politics part. I think we need to get back into that one.
Dude, oh yeah, that's the thing. Like I love it because
Anything happens next week.
and the thing is like I want to just throw shit against the wall and just figure it out, because it's like there's just so much. There's so much there.
Hey, I'm not crazy, right? Like this. Is crazy.
Exactly.
We're comics. We're probably all crazy, but the in a healthy way.
Yeah.
In a healthy way. That's the important thing. All right, guys. Thanks so much for watching and listening. Go ahead. Yeah.
Can we find you, Brian?
Oh, wherever.
Oh yeah.
On
like,
Ginger Prime. Just Ginger.
He's like anytime you're in a room and you
Pissing people
glance
off
at a
on
stranger,
Twitter,
I'll probably be there.
Yeah. Randomly upsetting people on Twitter. I got a death threat today, which is great.
On what?
I got Twitter, X
what?
or whatever. I got the death threat on
don't
Discord.
Don't be that guy. On what? I'm sorry, on what? On what? I accidentally got into some beef with people. I totally tweeted something that was an entire joke. I'll send it to y'all because it's hilarious. But I tweeted like, okay, guys, I'm like 99.999% certain that I had a botched circumcision. It was a joke. And then I had a whole gospel of people like child mutilation is a terrible thing. And I'm like, dude, I didn't mean this.
Dude, the internet, man,
so
the internet doesn't know how to take a joke either. And so it's just so funny when it's like obviously a joke and then somebody's just like, I'm offended. Dude. Like what a pussy. Like seriously, you're offended. Nobody gives a crap. Call your mom.
I ran with it. I'm not even gonna lie. Like there were people that were like, you can reconstruct it. Like they're trying to give me options, and I'm like, thank you so much.
How much does that cost? Do I need
exactly?
Yeah, Caleb's gonna fund me for his penis reconstruction surgery. I love it.
I'm sending you guys the tweet. So
put real fine in the T's and C's. Like I'm not actually gonna spend this on pee surgery.
Like, never mind, guys. I fixed my urethra.
Well, you can find a Civic. You can find me doing open mics, maybe trying to get some hosting opportunities. That'd be really nice. But I gotta get my schedule figured out because it's just been it's been good because we've had so many things break around the house. I had to like replace my fence. The fridge went out. Like the washing machine went out. Like I'm talking about like. My wife's like, how much more can you work? And so it's like I've been having to sacrifice comedy to go and actually like get more hours and do more things like that. So it's been good. Like it's nice to be able to.
Responsibilities sneaking up on you,
dude. Yeah, that's the thing I was saying. It's like I'm even if I end up just being an open mic comic, for like many more years from now, at some point like the kids are going to be older, and then it's like then I can be like, oh, now I can really try to hone those skills, and then it's like then all of a sudden it's like, who's this guy? He's got so much material, and it's like, well, yeah, he's been practicing it in reserve for some years. For 18 years. All right, guys, we're gonna wrap up the podcast, and you guys rock, and thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you next week. I'm gonna stop recording.